Well, hello fellow game developers, Brian Malloy here, and this is just a short video where I hope to install Cocos. I hope it works out. So what I've done is I've made a directory to uncompress Cocos into, and make sure you make a new directory because it was probably zipped up on Windows and they didn't zip the directory, they just go into the directory. A lot of Windows users don't get it, and they just zip whatever's there, you know, and hope things will take care of themselves. So after you unzip it, this is what you'll get, a lot of stuff. So then we're going to go to the build directory, and because we want to do some magic things here, and what you'll see here is a file. I hope I do not see it. Let's see. I do see it. Install dep. So this will install all the dependencies that we need to, and I'm going to press enter. It says press enter to keep going, and so this part shouldn't take too long. It's just connecting, I hope, and making sure everything that I need is installed. I've already installed Clang, and I've installed G++, and I installed a lot of stuff, but this is a new distribution that I just put on about 2 hours ago, so I don't know, it may have to do some stuff to get me up to speed, but I did put a lot of things on, but I'm sure I didn't put everything that it needs, so it's doing that right now. And so I'm hoping this will be short. It's not as short as I had hoped, but it's getting there. It's 57% of, we believe, this number. And it's doing something with G++ 4.9. I know I had G++ 4.8, so apparently maybe it wants 4.9. I can tell you that, let me just bring up another window here and show you that I had version, oh, I did have it installed. Maybe I didn't install G++. Wow, I'm so sorry. I would have installed that because that's going to take up some time here. I apologize. I might cut some of this out just because I don't want you to be watching too much. So it's installing G++ for me. I know I installed Clang. So let me just try. Maybe I'm lying. Clang. Yeah, I had installed 3.5 Clang. Why I didn't install G++, I don't know. So I apologize because that'll slow this whole process down. But at least it gives you some confidence that Cocos, if you don't have everything installed, it will go ahead and do that. Okay, so I've installed all the dependencies, and now I'm going to create a makefile. So you type cmake ... and I'm hoping this will make a makefile for me, and then all I have to do is type make. Now this make, this is the initial build of Cocos, and this takes about 7 years probably, so I'm definitely going to cut some of this out. As you can see, it's only up to 6%, so I would say this is probably going to take 10 minutes, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to watch all of this build stuff going on. So when you watch this video, you're probably around 15%. I'm going to cut until this is over, but I don't think any of this is real interesting anyway. It's just, you know, putting all the stuff that Cocos needs, static, dynamic libraries, all kinds of things that Cocos will need. Cocos is a pretty much full-fledged gaming framework that has just about everything you're going to need in it. So it's very different from the first gaming framework that we used, SDL, which is very minimal. SDL is minimal and uses lots of third-party libraries if you need things like sound or images. So with Simple Direct Media Layer, or SDL installs pretty quickly, but then when you want to do true type font and when you want to do some special effects, you have to install third-party libraries. Cocos, on the other hand, comes with all of those things, including a couple of physics engines, particle systems, plist facilities, all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to shut up right now and wait till this is over, and then I'll continue from there. So I'm going to pause this. Okay, game developers, Brian Malloy back, and I left you at 10:07 p.m. on my clock, and it's now 10:39 p.m. And then when I left you, it was about 25% done, excuse me, with the compilation. Now that said, let me say that I'm not complaining about how long it took. I'm just warning you that it's going to take a bit of time. Why do I say that? Well, first of all, this is a good laptop. This laptop has a quad-core i7 with a real fast SSD, lots of space, a nice NVIDIA graphics card. It's not a toaster, so if you're doing a toaster, you should plan on an hour or more, or a VB. It's going to take some time, but it should record fine if you just follow the steps I followed, which, let me review. We unzipped it. We installed the dependencies, a few more than I thought I'd need, but installed the dependencies with the Python, the shell script, I believe. Excuse me. Then we created a make file using CMake, and then we typed make. And the make compiled Cocos for all three languages, C++, Lua, and JavaScript, and for all the various platforms, which would include Linux, Windows, Mac, iOS, Android, iPhone, etc., etc. So it did a lot, and it's a full-fledged game engine. It's the game engine. We don't build a game engine when we use Cocos. We're using their engine to produce a game. Okay, so that's that. So good news there, and it seems to have worked. How do I know if it worked? Well, you'll see there's a bin directory. So let me do a bin, and I'll try the cpp empty test. And then I guess I want cpp empty test, and there you see it worked. Okay, so I excuse me, did successfully compile the cocos2d-x. I unzipped it and compiled it. Why don't we press our luck and see if I can also make my first build my first game using Cocos. I probably shouldn't push my luck, but let's try it. Okay, so how do we do that? Let me see if I can remember. I actually went to the Cocos website tutorial, and I remember, let's see, I think I typed Cocos, new, I have to specify the language, so I'm going to do C++ like you will, I hope. Then I have to, this is the company they want. I don't know what to put here since I don't have a company. I guess I should put Clemson Game, and then the name of our game. So let's call this first game. And did I do something wrong? Do I not have Cocos? Let's see. Am I in the wrong directory? No. So what did I type? Yeah, that does look funny, doesn't it? Well, you know what? I'll solve this later and do the build, show you that at a different time. But anyway, there's the installation. So happy programming. Brian Malloy over and out.